If you couldn't tell, I like Chainsaw Man. You know, everybody has those characters that aren't conventionally attractive, but you still want to fuck them. So hear me out. I hate pussy gameplay. I hate being a bitch in lane. It seems like every single new character nowadays is designed to be a bitch in the back or be a dickhead in lane. We need more int gameplay. And I'm not talking about killing yourself so you can get a tower. That's just glorified split pushing. I'm talking hardcore balls to dick gameplay. Shit that will make you scream while you're doing it, just like every interaction I've ever had with a woman. And that is why we play Briar. You got your healing, your CC, whatever the fuck this is, a boss as fuck dance. And count them, two abilities that just straight up int for you. One of the most important things about Briar is itemization. So first off, we're gonna buy a Blade of the Rune King. Then we're gonna buy a Blade of the Rune King. Then you buy Bork. After that, you buy King Rune Blade and the King Blade Rune of the... I think it just had a stroke. Blood Frenzy sounds like my sex life. You know just as well as I do that playing ADCs and just sitting on your tank stick all the time gets boring. You gotta be independent. You gotta live free. You gotta cheese the whole of your team. I guess you could call her Gruyere. I spent an hour making this. You better fucking laugh! The best types of champions are the ones who, when you go in, there's no turning back. The abilities that force you to go in and that you can't stop when they hit. Stuff like Kled ult, Zaxi, and Warwick ult. Bree differs from these champions and literally every other champion because she is the only one in League that CCs herself. Yes, this is an actual fucking taunt. This isn't a channel. There isn't any control over where you go with this ability. You are at the mercy of patented Riot game coding, which we all know how so helpful it always is. You dash and activate your ADHD, taunting yourself onto the nearest target. This is an actual CC, meaning you can't control your path and get that through your thick skull, mid laner. You get a mini Tiamat effect on your autos, gain movement speed and attack speed, and you can reactivate the ability to do missing HP damage and to heal yourself. You also reveal whoever you're targeting and become ghosted while frenzied, but since this is a nondescript taunt, the closest person is just who you'll go for. Oh, and threat not, weary traveler. She will switch between two targets and run back and forth like an idiot as two people edge your taunt rage spit roasting you. Interestingly enough, if you're in your frenzy and you get taunted by Rammus, Shen, or Galio, you can still reactivate your W, which is pretty neat. The only way you can stop your W's taunt yourself is by using your E, Chilling Scream. Sounds like my sex life. By itself, the ability it kind of sucks ass, but it has a poppy effect where if you slam somebody and you do a wall with it, they get stunned, take the initial damage, and also double the damage by hitting the wall. You also heal a lot of health, I guess, and also gain 35% damage reduction, which is actually the useful part. It's like the Scion Q Poppy E Love Child, which people forget does damage, and that's actually Guta's secret passive, Forgettable. Genuinely stop for a second and ask yourself, what does her passive do? I'll give you a minute to think about it. You know what? I'll give you a year to think about it because you probably forgot that she had one. Your passive is a shitty Darius bleed that does a tiny amount of damage and stacks up to 5 times. Your autos and your abilities also proc and stack the bleed. You're also one of those quirky, fun, not like the other girls champions where you don't have passive health regen. You have to make a champion or large monster bleed to gain back your health. Isn't that fun? Most people tend to forget that you have this bleed until they die from it unexpectedly. The only time it actually becomes significant is when you build lethality, but that's only if you plan on popping like a blood bag. Get it? It is without a doubt the most forgettable part about her kid, but she's not the only one. Do you even know what Cho'Gath passive does? How about Kassadin, Renata, fucking Trundle? Head Rush. Sounds like my sex life. Gorgonzola's Q is one of the top 5 shortest CCs in League. So short in fact that if she didn't W onto you right after, you probably wouldn't even notice you got stunned. It also shreds a percentage of their armor and magic resistance, has AP scaling for some reason, and procs on hit effects. You can also use it on allies for a short dash, which 9 times out of 10 when you're targeting an enemy and your friend happens to be standing on top of them, you'll target your ally instead of the Vi who's charging up a Q to run away from you. This ability is also your best gap closer, and comboing with your W covers a deceptive amount of range that catches people off guard. Certain death. Sounds like my sex life. Now this is what I'm talking about when I say int gameplay. It says it right in the name. Somebody is about to die and it's probably gonna be you. Now, I'm not 100% sure how lore accurate this ult is, but you shoot your big crystal halfway across the map. If you hit someone with it, you go Super Saiyan and make a beeline straight towards them, ignoring anything and everything that happens to be in your way. See this guy right here? You said, fuck this guy. I meant it literally. Camembert won't stop until she skull fucks whoever she hit with her ult. When you land at your chosen target, you deal massive damage in a circle, fearing everything and anything in it, gain armor and magic resistance, and bonus lifesteal scaling with your AD. Could've fucking fooled me. This shit's so obvious, it's not like any of that even matters. You'll still die. See this line of text right here? It lies. You goddamn liar. You lied to me. But this ult is still terrifying. You see a little red arrow going across the screen that when it hits you, next thing you know, you're a homing beacon for a Vex ult with a horny Warwick cosplayer attached to it coming to rip you a new fuckhole. Now, is Parmesan strong? Well, not really. When you step back and look at it, she can be easily countered. Her W is predictable. Her ult literally tells you where she's gonna be and can be blocked by a tank. Her E takes way too long to charge up to be any kind of significance since people can just walk out of it and ignore it. You have no escapes and are only built to go in. And if your team is feeding, you just spend the whole game walking back and forth in the background like an idiot. But much like a good cheese board, crappy things come together to make something pretty fantastic. Yeah, I knew I was going somewhere with this cheese joke. Briar is a testament to the don't stop, don't sleep method of gameplay I and many others who play League enjoy. You might think that that's stupid, but you know just as well as I do ADC mains that it felt good going into melee range with that 6-0 Fiora and beating her. You know it feels awesome when you hook someone and say fuck it and yoink yourself over to the whole enemy team to start a fight Thresh mains. You know you love baiting with Twisted Fate ults. You know you love running into the whole enemy team as Garen. And I know you'll love playing Briar. Everybody has a bit of int in them, regardless of what role you play, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, you should be proud of it. You're only human. We fuck up, and sometimes that fuck up works out. You int, he ints, that guy definitely ints. It's our nature. Inting is a part of League. There's no point in denying it or making it seem like it's such a bad thing. Instead, it's better to embrace a bit of kickback. Kickback. Whatever, just play the stupid fucking thing.